Hey everybody, it's Ed Killer from TC Palm with another inshore fishing report for this week. Brought to you again by White's Tackle, established in 1925. 3 locations to serve you in Stewart, Fort Pierce, and Vero Beach. They're open 6 days a week. They handle all your light tackle, offshore tackle, surf fishing, and freshwater fishing needs, as well as fly fishing gear as well. These guys have one of the best reasons to go in here, of course, is more for the knowledge and the help on what you're going to get for what you're going to fish for, as much as it is for the equipment. So stop by White's Tackle and check out the knowledgeable staff they got there to help you catch what you're targeting. Snook fishing is going to be pretty good this week. Dirty water, yes, but we're also going to have a good bite for snook on the changing tides. The water has to be moving. The snook may be sitting there and they may not feed for 5.5 hours, but there may be 15 minutes of electric action. It'll be just incredible. So make sure you kind of know the spot and where the fish are doing there. Be there when the tide changes the right direction. And when you're there, it's going to be really good. Live mullet, of course, is going to be good. Jigs, mullet pattern lures, and flies that look like minnows. Those things all tend to work really well this time of year in our dark water, which is going to be everywhere you fish right now for snook. Scott Fawcett here fishing around Sewell's Point. He caught some snook. Couldn't get offshore to do snapper fishing or dolphin fishing, but he was able to take some clients around Sewell's Point, fish seawalls, docks, residential canals. This is a theme all the way through the whole Treasure Coast area right now. Whether you're fishing Sebastian or Vero Beach, whether you're fishing down in Jupiter or on the west coast of Florida, wherever you're fishing, you've got this kind of scenario that you can set up on. Those fish will lay in ambush points. The current comes by. They're facing into the current. They're waiting for things to come, be swept by in the current, and they pounce. And that's how you catch them. Just work your bait the same way. This is Xander Bear. His dad, Steve Bear, up in Vero Beach, and his brother. They were all fishing in the Lions in the Lagoon fishing tournament on Saturday up in the Vero Beach area. They're fishing a lot of the docks and seawalls in the moorings area over on the island in Vero Beach there. As Xander had himself a really nice snook, about a 29.5 incher. It actually won the top snook category in the tournament. So congratulations to Xander. Nice job by him. But that kind of setup is going to work for you. They were using live mullet they caught themselves. He and his brother were casting net in the mullet themselves, putting live well, putting it back out on a line, and that's how they're catching these fish. So congratulations to these guys. Excellent program. Guys, we're talking about the mullet. Even though the water is dark, the mullet are still there. It's hard to see them for us because we're up on top, but the fish know they're there. And that's a snook actually at the beach. This is another great photo shot by Joe Rimkus. He used to be a professional photographer for the Miami Herald, retired, now lives in Vero Beach, sends me photos occasionally. Thank you, Joe, for this. But this kind of gives you an idea of the excitement that's out there ready to be had. Of course, the surf right now has been a mess this week. It's not going to get a lot better. But there are tarpon out there. They'll also feed in this dirty water. They're used to it. They're very tolerant of low salinity. They don't really seem to mind. They seem to be everywhere. They're, of course, just as frustrating to catch in dirty water as they are in clean water. But they're out there. This is, of course, Captain Chris Brinton of Great Ghost Fishing Charters in Stewart. But this is a tarpon he caught during the summer. That's why the water's clean. But anyway, the tarpon are still around, so don't discount that if you want to do some tarpon fishing. And big jacks also. When you see those big showering, rainy, big showering schools of mullet that go on for like 100 yards or something like that. Usually it's a school of jacks like this, 10-pound jacks that are like crashing them and chasing them. So you'll see plenty of these. Bridges, marinas, places like that are going to be these places you're going to find all this action. So fish structure, it's pretty simple stuff. You know how it works. If you're taking jigs, take a whole bunch of them because you're going to break off. But it's going to be a lot of fun if you get out there. And then my buddy Paul Spurko here from Bass Pro Shops in Port St. Lucie, holding up fish bites, which is his secret weapon for whiting and pompano. The reason I'm showing you this is because you're not going to see a lot of surf fishing going on for the next week probably. Paul and I were just talking about it earlier today. Surf fishing is probably going to be something you're going to have to put off for another week because we just aren't going to have the conditions for it. There's going to be a lot of shore break. We got some other kind of weather system coming in. It's going to kick up 8-foot seas on Sunday, and that's going to make the surf real sloppy. So anyway, that does it for our inshore fishing report. And stay tuned. Check on TC Palm for other reports too.